Ras Sun's in the market with Frassasas, or Frassasas, Mr. O'Hara, and he's smoking as the roughie in the field for the first event. This is the breakfast with the best handicap. Snip Attack and Manakama are the top two. Let's get the late mail as we head back.
But it's been raining for half an hour. They're off in the first. Snip Attack jumping very quickly on the inside. Manakama jump with them, and he's going to settle about 3/4 of a length away from the leader. It's Snip Attack from Frassasas going to second. Manakama a length and a half back now in third. Then Mr. O'Hara, he's smoking, and two to Ra Sun. Snip Attack had control of the race and the run to the turn at the 800. Leads by 2 lengths. In second placing, Frassasas on the outside, and Manakama is following the leader on the rails. A length and a half, Mr. O'Hara fourth, and behind him 2 lengths away, he's smoking on the inside, and Ra Sun. Snip Attack's run it fast, coming up by the school, and leads by a length and a half. Frassasas is second. Manakama pushed along by Kello on the inside. Then Mr. O'Hara, Ra Sun, and he's smoking as last. Snip Attack before the turn by a length and a quarter. Frassasas, Brown working overtime on him. Manakama right behind the leader. He's going okay, coming up towards the turn, and he's going to try and push out of a pocket. Snip Attack going for home. Leads by 2 lengths around the home turn now from Manakama. Still not quite clear. Now he's into the clear on the outside. Mr. O'Hara with a run. It's Snip Attack in front. Manakama winding up now. Manakama grabbing the lead in the last 50 metres, and Manakama beats Snip Attack 3/4 of a length. 2 lengths away third, Mr. O'Hara from Ra Sun Frassasas, and he's smoking at the rear in a line. Manakama too good. Followed the leader everywhere. It's just a matter of getting away from the fence and being able to launch with his run. And once he saw daylight, Kello had pushed his way into the clear, or didn't really push his way in. Frassasas weakened to allow him to have clear passage. He came off the rails and grabbed at Snip Attack. Certainly the pull in the weights an advantage in the last little bit, and he's gone on to win the race well. Nice solid tempo, suits him. He'll get longer distance, and he's won out here tonight for sure. So 3 the winner, Manakama, ridden by Noel Kello, 1 second, Snip Attack, Damien Oliver, and 5 third, Mr. O'Hara, ridden by Kieran McAvoy. Manakama proving too good, and the time 1:11.2. 1:11.2, home in 47 even, 35.6, 24 dead, and 12.2. So obviously there's been no deterioration of the track at this stage, with around about a half an hour of rain having fallen. It's just starting to lighten off, if anything, right now. 260, 180 for the winner, Manakama. $1.60 Snip Attack. No divvy for Mr. O'Hara. Quinella paying $3.40. The exacta $6.90, and the trifecta 21 even on 3, 1 and 5 in the first event tonight. Margins not through as yet in race 2. The Cox Plate Week events handicap. Number 10 comes out. That was a vet's advice, scratching at 10 past 12, along with number 12. So 10 and 12 out of race 2 over the 2040. Noel Kello riding in tremendous form. Lee Friedman putting him on board here tonight, and he just continues to punch home winner after winner. Got a good book tonight, and he's done the job for the favourite punters in the first. 3, 1 and 5. More details to follow. We'll send Wait down the line and be back with the second from Moonee Valley at 7:45.
David Rakavolis, and he's got Dembellis and Al Bahar going around in the next there. A 3-year-old event over the 2040, and Narrogin the favourite at 340 over Fort Knox 490. Let's head back to Alf for the latest on track at Moonee Valley.
Thanks very much.
Narrogin the favourite runner. Off they go. Narrogin in gate 2 began fairly well. Go-Kart Mozart, Taste Divine, the first couple to bounce out of the stalls. Suntail ridden with some aggression early on the outside, and Fort Knox is prominent. They go down to the judge now. The Rakavolis pair bring up the rear of the field, and Suntail is going to cross over and lead them out to the 1600. Taste Divine 2.5 lengths away second. North Face improving to third. Fort Knox 4. 2 lengths away Wood Indeed, being followed then by Go-Kart Mozart, 1.5 lengths to Narrogin. Being trailed further back in the field by King Weasel, and then came Dembellis on the inside, and 1.5 lengths to our Bahari. Nice strong tempo though, out past the 1500 metres as they run up the side of the course, and out in front is Suntail. And now the saddle just might have moved forward on this perhaps. It's Suntail around that 1200 turn by a little over 2. Taste Divine in second placing. Fort Knox on the inside, then 2 lengths further back is North Face, followed by Wood Indeed. Another 2 lengths behind these horses, Go-Kart Mozart, being trailed then by Narrogin. 2 lengths away in the field then came King Weasel, trailed by Dembellis, and about a length away with 1,000 metres metres to go. Our Bahari. Suntayer went down the back and has extended the break, and it leads. I do think the saddle might have moved forward on it. It's about 8 lengths in front. Taste Divine in second. 2 lengths away Fort Knox. Another 2 lengths to Wood Indeed on the inside of North Face. A length and a half Go-Kart Motes off, and there's King Weasel taking off round the outside, trailed by Narragin, Dembellis, and 2.5 lengths away Our Bahari up the side, and Suntayer at the 600 metres. The lead still about 7 lengths perhaps here from Taste Divine. On the outside, going past it now is Fort Knox giving chase, and then North Face, Wood Indeed. Narragin pulls to the outside, and Dembellis is still well back as they corner. Suntayer by 2, but answering the call on the outside is Fort Knox. Noel Kello going for a double, and he shoots the toppy to the lead. North Face runs to third, and a break to Narragin, and then came Dembellis, but Fort Knox is away, and he leads by 3 lengths over Suntayer, and then North Face, but it's Fort Knox well clear, and the double comes up for Noel Kello comfortably. Fort Knox pulling up, won it by 4.5 lengths to North Face second. Our Bahari's got up for third in front of Suntayer, then Dembellis, trailed by Wood Indeed, King Weasel, and then Go-Kart Mozart. Narragin ran second last, and Taste Divine dropped out and finished last. Fort Knox takes it out, number 1, ridden by Noel Kello. Absolutely bolted in with the 58 kilos. Sat just off the pace, and he was the first one to go and give chase to Suntayer, who went out very quickly. He just ski-daddled away from them around the home turn, and has won with consummate ease. He was being eased down, in fact, over the last little bit of the race. He won at Sale 2 starts ago, breaking his maiden. Bahari ran a placing in that race behind him as well, as I think he might have done here. Here the minors coming up. 4 North Face second, and 8 Our Bahari has got up for third. So the form from that Sale race holding up very well. He went round as a 20-to-1 shot last time out here at Moonee Valley, but never came into the race. This was perhaps a little easier for him tonight, and the pace on at 2,000 metres, he's really relished that and has won it quite impressively. Only his 5th outing, trained by Rick Orlacey, a 3-year-old son of Thunder Gulch and Certain Charm, who's by Snippets. 1, 4 and 8, North Face second, better run than last time out, and 8 third, Our Bahari, Rowan Weymouth. Dembellis disappointing, came from the back in company with Our Bahari, but only plugged when he got to the outside. 4th in officially was 6 Suntayer, who went out with that fast lead, and 5th going to Dembellis. 5:62.10 for the winner, Fort Knox. 2:70 for North Face, and 5:30 Our Bahari. 5:62.10 the winner, 2:70 second, 5:30 third. Quinella $18.90, Exacta $51.80. Trifecta paid $541.40. And the first double, the Noel Kello double, 3 and 1, $14.40.
Moonee Valley, runners at the gates here for race 3 as we head back to Alf.
Thanks, Kappa. Number 2 I've put on top here, Self-Interest. Just thought it'd get the right run in transit here. After the claim for young Anthony Darmanin. Looked okay. Got back on track after it. A little bit disappointing run here too.
And completes the line now, and they're all in set to run. Pagano standing well in the middle. Benvenuto stood up well. They're off, and Self-Interest jumped okay. Anfield might have missed it about a length. Our Sugar Street away fast, and Miss Bombastic is scooting over the field to try and find the lead in the early stages. And next, Mills Eel and Artemis. Benvenuto's up in the mix for the leading pack as well. It's Miss Bombastic steadily working over the field in front of Self-Interest, who's trying to push through and retain the rail. She does so too, keeping Miss Bombastic working early. Back in third placing is Anfield now. Our Sugar Street's wide, being trailed by Artemis deep out and pressing on now. And back in behind those horses, Benvenuto on the outside of edging out, and then 2 lengths to Mills Eel, Ruling Eyes, followed by Pagano and Brunette, and She's Archie about 2.5 lengths away as last of all. Well, they're really putting the pressure on early here. Miss Bombastic has worked for the lead and now finds Artemis sitting up on her outside and pressing on to try and find the lead, which she does. In behind them in third placing is Self-Interest on the inside of Our Sugar Street. 2 lengths to Anfield 5th, and edging out the inside 6th. About 2 lengths further back is Benvenuto, Ruling Eyes. Another 2 lengths to Mills Eel, 1.5 Pagano, and then came Brunette, and last is She's Archie. She's 2 lengths off the second last one. At the 800 metres, they've run it pretty solidly, and Artemis the leader, 1.5 lengths in front. In second placing, Miss Bombastic on the outside of Self-Interest, who's enjoying a good trail and now pushes off the rails to get into second placing round that 800 turn. Our Sugar Street's out wide now, and then Anfield, followed by edging out Benvenuto, Ruling Eyes. They're bunching catching up 2 lengths to Meals Hill Pagano, and then came She's Archie, now about 8 lengths from the leader at the 550, and Brunette dropped out last. Self-Interest found the lead a long way from home. Anfield is coming at her on the outside. Then our Sugar Street being trailed by Artemis, edging out Ruling Eyes, Benvenuta coming up towards the turn. Miss Bombastic's dropped right out of it. She's Archie still third last. Anfield strikes the lead now from Self-Interest. Then Ruling Eyes still running on the outside, and then Benvenuta into the straight. Self-Interest with a little kick, just leading from Anfield. Ruling Eyes still coming on the outside. Self-Interest with Ruling Eyes down the outside, grabbing the lead. She's Archie's flying, but Ruling Eyes wins it by 1 1/4 length to She's Archie. I think will grab second ahead of Anfield, and then Self-Interest close up, followed by Mills Eel, and next to finish was Benvenuta, followed by Artemis edging out Pagano, and then our Sugar Street, followed by Brunette. Miss Bombastic tired badly after a very hard run. Ruling Eyes is the winner. Number 5, ridden by Stephen King, takes out the Carlton Draft handicap. 5 the winner, second goes to number 1. She's Archie, well, that was a slashing run. Even though they did go hard and you'd expected a run on, she was still nowhere near them at the home turn. Third to number 6, Anfield. It's been the patient rides that have been producing the first 2 placings in this race, because they did do a lot of work, a lot of those leaders. Ruling Eyes sitting about midfield, didn't get quite as far back as she did on Lakeside the other day, and she posts her first win at Moonee Valley. She's had 6 starts here before and been second on 3 occasions. Hadn't been able to crack it for a victory, but she has done so tonight. She won at the Hillside track on the 20th of August, breaking a very long drought which stretched back to the end of 2001, and now she's produced another victory close together, which is something her owners haven't been used to of recent times. Ruling Eyes, a 6-year-old mare. She's by Kingston Rule from Blinky, Greg Urell and Stephen King. She's paid $17.60 and $4.40. She's Archie $1.80. Anfield paid $2. Quinella $55.10. The Exacta $126.10. Trifecta $684 even. Running double 1 and 5 paid $97.20. $97.20 on 1 and 5. And the time is 2:07.5.
Righto, 5, 1 and 6 there at Moonee Valley. The next one, of course, is the feature race, the Bill Stutt Stakes. Might even have a look at the early market.
Drifter on course, Dean. Look, I've put it on top. It looks well. I'm perhaps being guided by Paddy Payne here. He believes stepping up in ground here is well suited, and it's well documented. The horse hasn't had a lot of luck last start, and even prior to that. I've put it on top. Thought it looked pretty good. Number 1, Koozie. Again, I reckon the blinkers will brighten him up a little bit. Good galloper when he's on song. He may have been a little bit disappointing, but, you know, Caulfield can be a bit tricky at times. I thought his run was respectable only behind Elvston. I've also included number 8, Escape. Now, I've just totally ignored its last start. It was very ordinary, but it was on good ground. There was a lot of horse in that race that came off heavy ground onto good. Okay, he comes back to rain-affected ground tonight. I'm going to give it another chance because I think it's a nice-looking horse. And when it did win at Moonee Valley, beating a horse called Life's a Bounty, covered ground, won.
1,600 metres the distance, a race that's produced some wonderful winners over the years. Horses like Helena's last year, all the way back to Zabil, Red Anchor, Tardrossi. It has produced some wonderful horses. Surround. And what will the 2003 version come up with? Just about ready, so let's join Greg for his call of race 4.
Track. Face Value having some late support after being easy. Still better odds on course than the Tote. Big move at odds for Devastating. Second favourite is Koozie, who sports the blinkers first time tonight. Then Happy Strike Casual Pass and the filly Special Harmony. It's been a poor race for fillies, really. In recent times, St Clemens Bell, who dead heated back in 98, the most recent filly to win. All in now for the start. Main race of the night, Group 2, they're set to run. Face Value and Koozie drawn alongside each other. Racing now. Cousy and Face Value both jumped okay. Mr. Ubiquitous was slow. He's missed it 2 or 3 lengths. One of the first to bounce out as Escape, and Happy Strike was away quickly. There's Casual Pass driving on from an outside barrier, and also Our Court is pushing up along the inside as they run to the first turn now. Our Court, Casual Pass, they're the 2 leaders, a length in front of Happy Strike. 2 lengths to Cousy going up quickly, 3 deep on the outside of Royal Flight. Valedictum not far away on the rails, 2 to Mr. Ubiquitous, being trailed by Escape, and then Special Harmony a length and a half away on the outside of Piatna. Fluffy Courage off and running, being followed by Face Value. 2 lengths to Devastating, and back last of all is Our Spur. Round the turn at the 800 metres now, and Our Court is the leader, 3/4 of a length in front. Casual Pass is second, a length and a half away then to Happy Strike. Third on the inside of Cousy, 2 lengths further back as Escape, who's 3 deep on the outside of Royal Flight. Valedictum over on the inside, and then Fluffy Courage, the filly off and running 4 and 5 wide, followed by Mr. Ubiquitous. Face Value getting a card into the race wide, and they were followed then by Special Harmony with a run, and back behind those horses Devastating out wide, and at the end of the field Piatna's dropped out of it, and back there with it is Our Spur. To the turn they race now, and moving up as Casual Pass, and it goes to the lead. Happy Strikes after it, followed by Cousy. Face Value around the outside of Fluffy Courage, and then Special Harmony. Casual Pass the leader, Cousy after it from Happy Strike, and next is Face Value. Casual Pass has kicked well clear though with 100 metres to go, raced about 3 lengths in front of Cousy, Face Value and Special Harmony, and it's Casual Pass brilliantly. Casual Pass beats Special Harmony, Face Value third, Cousy fourth, and then Happy Strike, and they got right away to the rest of them, headed by Our Court, Fluffy Courage, Devastating, and then came Our Spur, followed by Valedictum. Mr. Ubiquitous. Escape has finished well back in the field, followed by Royal Flight, and Piatna is last in, and Casual Pass, a red letter night for Noel Callow, racks up a Group 2 victory. It's a treble for Noel tonight. He's won 3 of the 4 races run so far. 137.2, Casual Pass just bolting in. 820 and 270. Special Harmony doing best of the fillies, 230, and Face Value coming wide from well back, $1.70. Casual Pass racing up on the pace from an outside barrier, and once he found the lead well before the home turn, he comfortably held them out for a very, very impressive win.
By snippets out of Rami's Magic, trained by Matthew Ellerton and ridden by Noel Callow, and horse that's building up a pretty impressive record. He certainly has come back in great style. Deft Hand heads the ratings at Gloucester Park for the third ahead of horse is racing in tip-top form. He's chased home Sockiola a couple of times recently up in Brisbane. 5:13 and 3 on the start stake, still standing for the official correct weight signal. In fact, it's just come through its right to pay. Fourth in was number 1 Cousy, 5:13, 3 and 1 the first 4. The trifecta paid 231, and the winner clock 137.2.
Calm, he's not over aggressive, no, really is riding very well indeed. Good guy. Number 7, Bounty Beat, I've put on top here. I just thought the performance was very good first up. I'm expecting naturally
at Moonee Valley for race 5, so let's head there and join Greg Miles.
Race coming up here. Any one of 3 could end up favourite on track here. At the moment it's held by Applicant, but only a half point ahead of Bounty Beat and British Ensign, and then a little further out in the market to Moonee Brook. Very, very open race. There's Kabila now going up into the lineup. Here's Applicant getting set. Did jump in distance last time out. Set up on a slow pace. Got run down, but should be fitter for the run. Russ comes up, completes the line. What a night for Noel Callow. He's won 3 races so far, including the main one, the previous event on the card, of course, on Casual Pass. On paces have had an advantage here tonight so far. Let's see what happens here. Bounty Beat, Caulfield Cup bound if he can get his act together. He's in gate 2. Excellent run last time out at his first run from a break. Set and away they go. He didn't jump at all well, Bounty Beat. He was slow. And let's see now, Surprise pick one of the first out. Applicant was away very, very quickly indeed. And he's going out trying to find the lead in the early part. Moonee Brook is up there in the early stages, followed by Gilly Street, Super Spur. And back behind those is Mr. Casanova improving on the outside. Now they run into that turn at the 1200. Applicant finding the lead. Surprise pick second. Moonee Brook third. Mr. Casanova trapped out in fourth. About a length and a half further back in the field is Gillies Street over on the inside with British Ends, and around him 2 lengths to Zasmine Super Spur, a length to Hit the Spot, about 3 lengths to Russ, well off the pace tonight, being followed by Was a Star Kabira, and a length to Bounty Beat last, and he'd be 15 from the leader at least at the 800. Applicant running along around that turn. Mr. Casanova, after working wide, goes up to join him. 2 to Moonee Brook, surprise pick. 2 to British Ends and Gillies Street. 1 to Zasmine, a length and a half to Super Spur, and it's being followed by Hit the Spot, Russ, Was a Star Kabila, and Bounty Beaters last of all. Up the side now by the school, and Applicant leading from Mr. Casanova. Moonee Brook third, surprise pick. Right behind them fourth, and British Ensigns enjoyed a beautiful trail, followed by Gillies Street. Zasmine Hit the Spot. Bounty Beat pulls about 4 wide, but still 8 lengths from the leader as they come to the turn, where Applicant's in front and against the rails, kicks away by 2 lengths to Moonee Brook. British Ensign coming with a run, and then surprise pick, and Mr. Casanova. Applicant by 2 lengths to Moonee Brook. British Ensign down the outside, and surprise pick. Applicant still 2 lengths in front, getting a little tired though. Surprise pick. British Ensign try hard, but Applicant virtually all the way from surprise pick and British Ensign. Moonee Brook about 3 lengths away in 4th place, followed then by Hit the Spot. Bounty Beat made some ground on the outside, and then Gillies Street, Zasmine Kabila. Mr. Casanova weakening after a very hard run, trailed by Russ, Super Spur, and Was a Star. Applicant going for the lead early, got tested, but although he ran it at a very solid pace, he got away at the home turn, and the on-pacers firing up again. 8 Applicant first, around $5.20 and $1.70. 12 gets the second. That is surprise pick, Brady Cross, $3.20. And third place, well, they've semaphored the wrong number there. It's certainly not Mr. Casanova. It was British Ensign, wasn't it? Number 9. It'll get the third place. Just got a little tired on the post, but was certainly entitled to. And now being stretched out to a little bit of distance, Applicant. He's been quite impressive. Just his night start tonight.
Yeah, he's got a pretty impressive record. His 4th win, Applicant, and he's been too good again over surprise pick and British Ensign. 8, 12 and 9. The trifecta's paid $318, and we're standing by for the official 4th there at Moonee Valley on race number 5. Stewards have just been dropped off around the traders market. Deprave at $470, Bulbasaur at $490, and Ancient Song at $430. There's a few chances here in the 6 at Moonee Valley. $450 for Gumboot and the Little Tacker, who were about to join at Moonee Valley with some late mail.
Lovely call, lovely call. Dean, I put number 7 on top here.
Just about ready. 1,000 metres dash, they're set. Starter on the platform. Good competitive sprint field here. Second last of the night, they're away and racing. And the Little Tacker and Shintaro first 2 to bounce out ahead of Mitten Motta, beginning quickly as Seek the Silk. Ancient Song drives up on the inside, and then No Deposit and Miss Marion's going on, and Bulbasaur went back to third last. The Little Tacker leading narrowly. Ancient Song pushes up on the inside of it. Seek the Silk between them third. Miss Marion in the yellow colours easing back a length and a half away fourth, and then No Deposit, Mitten Mott, Deprave on the outside, a little better than midfield, followed by Gumboot and Shintaro, Bulbasaur, and they were trailed then as they come to the turn by Tin Tan Bell and Cool As is last. Around the bend now, and the Little Tacker 3 away from the rail. The leader from Ancient Song on the inside, Seek the Silk in the centre, and then Miss Marion followed by No Deposit. Mitten Mott, Deprave is coming very wide as they swing around the turn. The Little Tacker in front, Ancient Song coming back. Miss Marion running on down the outside. The Little Tacker and Ancient Song from Miss Marion. The Little Tacker, Ancient Song, they're coming to the line. I think Ancient Song gets up and wins it a nose to the Little Tacker 2, Miss Marion third, and then came Bulbasaur making ground on the outside from Tin Tan Bell. No Deposit battle away on the inside, and then Gumboot followed by Deprave, Mitten Mott, and then Shintaro followed further back in the field by Seek the Silk and Cool As last in. I think this will just get up on the inside to win. Outside horse, yeah, I think still the inside. We'll wait for the photo finish. Damien Oliver really getting something out of Ancient Song. The Little Tacker doing work, sitting 3 deep for much of the journey. But Ancient Song just sitting closer to the inside in the leading bunch. Here's a number, and it's got it, number 7. Ancient Song, Damien Oliver. His great strength, a decided factor in the closing stages there for sure. $310.70. The Little Tacker running second. $320. Miss Marion third will pay $440.
Ancient Song holding out the Little Tacker, and Miss Marion. Nice effort in third place. 7:11.15 at Moonee Valley. In 1970 from Hello Big Boss over Boomer Ryan and Ryan Jones. The try 58.40. Totes through at Gloucester Park on the 5th, 2, 1 and 7. And the trifecta 155.40 with a mile rate of 2.3.2. Now at Bendigo, we're 8 minutes off to race 7, and it's Fetish. Here's the top rater here from Aussie Safe, Illawong Dream, Extra Rations, 10, 4, 11 and 2. 380 Mad Eye Moody, 13 Extra Rations, 370 Aussie Safe, Director's Special at 13, Sataro 12. All clear is there at Geelong. Now the last at Moonee Valley, Tendency is the favourite at 250, Classy Darcy, Make a Stand Kaluka. Complete the top 4 as we head to Moonee Valley and join Greg Miles.
Rightio then, just the last few of these getting set for the final event tonight. Racing returns under the lights at Moonee Valley on Thursday the 9th of October. Our next meeting here. And then of course the Thursday before the Derby on the 30th of October. Should be a big meeting with all the interstate guests. It's been quite a success tonight, I feel. Under very cold conditions, not a huge crowd, but they've been well entertained. And a big weekend in sport in this town. Now Kaluka's coming up. Mornington tomorrow, the Ansett Classic, the race, big race down there. It's $100,000. Good support card. And the track this afternoon was rated as good. Early start, 11:50 for the first tomorrow. Cesaro Road goes in for Michelle Payne. I think she turns 18 either in the next few days anyway. Set now, 1,000 metres. They're off on the last on the program, and that was a good start. Tendency away okay with Nature's Child. Cesaro Road has begun fast over on the outside, driving up towards the front, and To Cook pushes through as well. Cesaro Road from the outside is the leader. Classy Darcy goes up to second from To Cook, Kaluka, and then Nature's Child the rail. 2 lengths further back, Make a Stand. Brookton Affair on the outside. Tendency's got a fair way back on the inside. Then Tycoon Diva being followed by Blue Juno, and Zabisca's last when they went through the gap. And the leader is Cesaro Road, out by a little over a length to Classy Darcy, Kaluka. Nature's Child 4 on the inside. Make a Stand is making some ground. Then To Cook battling, and Tendency G, the favourites, in trouble. Cesaro Road leads around the home turn. Classy Darcy and Kaluka are big dangers, and then Make a Stand running on from Nature's Child. In the straight now, Classy Darcy gets to Cesaro Road. Make a Stand is after the leader. Classy Darcy, Make a Stand. Tycoon Diva flies. Make a Stand grabs the lead. Make a Stand ahead to Tycoon Diva, and third Classy Darcy. Next Nature's Child, Cesaro Road, Kaluka Week, and then Blue Juno. Tendency never ever a chance, followed by Zabisca, and then To Cook, and Brookton Affair dropped out last. Winner is number 4, Make a Stand. It's the first time this filly's raced outside of black type races, and she went to the post at a good price, $6.10 and $2, and they bet better on track. She sat just off the speed and finished very, very strongly to win. Second goes to 5, Tycoon Diva. Rattling finishing run. First time we've seen horses off the pace figure. And not that the winner got all that far back, but Tycoon Diva certainly made a lot of ground. Classy Darcy has got the third. They've run 59.2. 4, 5 and 2 are the numbers. Tendency, who was a solid favourite in the race, got right back towards the rear of the field and never ever figured at all. Probably ran about midfield. 59.2, 4, 5 and 2 in the last. Make a Stand, scoring a good win by Bite the Bullet from Miss Lardida, trained by John Selenitri and ridden by Dan Nikolic. First time out in this preparation for this filly. Hadn't started since March. She did run some nice races before going out for